Plus. Now, this is, some of y'all are dual enrollment, right? Didn't I have some dual enrollment?
Yes.
How many of you have never used My Labs Plus? Okay, so that's why I'm going to go through this. All right, so here we go. Let me present screen because I just don't want to, I forgot to do that. Present screen. There we go. Now I'm going to take my handy dandy My Labs Plus, and I'm going to go through and show you what might happen. I think I did this the other day. I don't know. Like I say, I go over this stuff, and unless you're a different course, I forget what I tell y'all. So I'm going to go to Blackboard, which I never go to, but I'm going to show you the difference between the two. Let's see, where is Blackboard? Under faculty, isn't it? No sneezing in class. All right, let's under employee. Where's Blackboard? Oh, thank you. Is it up today? Okay, I guess it is. Oh yeah, and we don't have spring semester. We have every semester since Blackboard opened. So that would, I guess, be too much trouble to ask the IT to, make it spring show up, Y'all are 120, 23 or 10?
10.
Y'all are 10. So there we go. Now, when you click on that, you're going to go down here and you're going to see My Labs Plus right there. See it? You got to click on it and click on this. And after you click on this, your computer may go haywire. It may do this. It may spin uncontrollably. I'll do this all the time, or just a white screen. If it does any of those things, this is what you do. Advance, you hit Advance, and then you hit Proceed to mylabsplus.com. Everybody with me? If it doesn't do that, you hit this, and it just spins uncontrollably. Then you go up here, you see that little red box? I'm glad it did it. See that little red box? You right-click on it, and you hit Always Allow Pop-ups or Subscripts. Enable Subscripts. Write those two things down. I might have told y'all this the other day. Did I tell y'all? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, thank you for saying yes. Okay, so hit that, and you're ready to go. Now, some of you Mac users are going to run into all kinds of problems. All right? Has anybody run into problems with your Macs? Please tell me what happened and tell me did you fix it?
You go to the IT center in Middleton and they fix it and they take off all your pop-ups and everything.
Did they tell you what's wrong?
Yeah.
What did they say was wrong?
You can't use Safari, you have to use Chrome, and then when you do that, you have to go to your settings and you have to turn off all your pop-up blockers.
Okay. Does everybody get that? So Mac, you have to do some extra stuff. What else is new? Okay? You have to do extra stuff for Macs. Now, these Chromebooks, in the past couple of semesters, I've noticed some students have problems. Does anybody have problems with their Chromebooks? Were you able to get on okay? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, so good. They must have fixed that problem. It's been about 2 or 3 semesters ago. Now, once you get to My Labs Plus, here it is. And, of course, there's all my classes this semester. And a lot of people say, you teach that many classes? Yeah, but one class is like 4, okay? Because I stream out to Pendleton campus, Easley campus, and Oconee campus. So at Tri-County, the School of Technology, we don't know how to make it one class. So we have to make it 4 classes. Everybody with me?
But I understood. I only have.
You should have 1 or 2, depending on the classes. That if you have 4 classes that use My Labs Plus, then you're going to have 4 My Labs banners. So I'm going to go down to my coordinator course down here, and I'm going to hit Math 120. And that's the course that feeds both of my 120s. So, and here is the left-hand side. The left-hand side gives you everything. Your handouts, a calendar, it gives you everything. All right? Now, I'm not going to go over the handouts. And those of you that added late or didn't get your email or the dog ate your email or you didn't check your email, there they are. So you can print them out. Everybody got that? So I'm going to focus on 3. The first one I'm going to focus on is called chapter contents or text, e-text. Both of them. They do the same thing. Chapter contents opens up the sections, and you can actually go and pick out. I'm going to pick on chapter 3 today because that's math. Okay? And you can print your book out by sections. And it should, I'm going to go up here. See that red box? I don't know why, but this computer's probably not set up to do it on every single thing. And there should be, let me hit, there we go. Okay, if you turn to page 140 in your book, it will look just like this. So you can print out each page. Most of these sections are no more than 10 pages. Everybody with me? So you can actually print out, now that's where the outline comes in. That outline has 3 to 4 purposes. The outline is the most important page that you, I didn't know you were going to sit there, just move that out of the way. Okay, it's just got a bomb or gun in it, that's all. Just be careful, okay? The whole point is, I'm kidding, okay? The whole point is, you can't do much without the outline in my classes, okay? So please print it out for the 5 or 6 of y'all that's going to print it out. Please put it in your notebook so you don't ask me questions like, what sections are where. All right. So you know that in the first unit, there's chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, according to your outline, whatever sections. You would go to your outline, you would print out these sections, put a 3-hole puncher in it, put it in a notebook, call it Unit 1, Math 120, and then bring that to class every day. That's one option. Print out. Everybody got it? Second option, I have to do these very separately because y'all go to the bookstore and tell the bookstore manager that I told you you didn't need a book. Okay? I ain't said that. I haven't said that. But y'all love to get me in trouble for some reason. All right? I get a phone call from the bookstore. Did you tell your students they didn't need a book? No, I never did. Anyway, the second option. You can actually bring your laptop to class and read the book off the laptop. I don't have a problem with that until the dumb bunny messes it up for everybody. And I think I already talked about that yesterday, right? And when I say yesterday and tomorrow, I don't need some smart aleck going, we didn't come to school yesterday. I meant when? Tuesday, okay? And when I say tomorrow, I mean next Tuesday. All right, so you've got 2 options. Print and bring your laptop, but don't mess it up for everybody else. And I do, when I start teaching, I move around the room. So please, don't mess it up for everybody else. Okay? 3, you can bring a brand new book to bring a brand new book to class. 4, you can bring a used book to class. You can bring a book from 1972 to class. I don't care. Math doesn't change. Or you can share a book. That's 5 options. Everybody got those options? Does any of them say you don't need a book for this class? No. All right? So there's the 5 options. So if you've got a book and it's in cellophane and you want to take it back, take it back. But you got to use those other options to fill in for that. Do I care if you bring a book to class? No. The only thing I care that you bring to class is a TI-83 or better calculator that can do statistics, a notebook, and writing utensils. Don't come to class with nothing and sit out and look at the window, okay? If you've got conditions, you're eating medicine or something, you can do that in the hallway, okay? All right, everybody with me? So that's how you print out the book. You can do it through e-text also. I'm just not going to show you through both. Well, I will, but it does the same thing. You got now. What is study plan? I just tell students study plan is extra problems for you to do if you want to do extra problems. Let's say you suck at odds, okay? And we go through odds and you don't fully comprehend odds. Then you might, and you do the homework and you do all the homework and you still don't feel comfortable. Go to study plan and you can do as many of those as you want. Well, you can do that with homework too, but you got to miss them. But anyway, you can do as many as you want, and it's not going to hurt your grade, and it's not going to help your grades literally, but it will help you as far as being better at odds. You see what I'm saying? It's going to help you. So the study plan, write down right now, study plan is extra problems, no credit. For the one person in here that likes to do extra problems. Questions so far?
How did you get to that? Because mine's not showing the chapter contents where I'm at the.
What, did you hit the e-text or the?
There's not an e-text on this.
Should be right below chapter content.
I don't even have that.
Okay, well, let me go pull. What section are y'all? Section 10? Section 10.
Oh, I found it.
Okay, now you just totally messed me up now. Thanks a lot.
I'm so sorry, but
That's all right. It'll just take me 15 minutes to get back where I was. That's all. Oh, God. All right. So let's go down. The second most important is homework. Now, y'all think I'm trying to insult y'all's intelligence, but have I in the past got text messages that say I can't find my homework? Yes, I have. Okay? It's under homework. And quizzes and tests. Now, that's pretty self-explanatory, don't you think? Now, we're going to go to quizzes and tests. And no, I'm going to go to, okay, just ignore this because you don't have these buttons. Assignment manager, I'm just going to pull up the test and let you look at it. Oh, you're going to show us the test? Yeah, it's going to be your exact test. I'm real, I'm not very intelligent. I'm going to show you the exact test that you're going to take. No, I'm not. So, and you might want to write this down because some of you are going to ask the same question 3 weeks from today or 2 weeks from today. When I get to the end of the unit, somebody tell me on the outline what's the last unit, chapter or section in 3? 3.5? Yes or no?
Yes.
You got to speak out. I can't hear. All right. 3.5. When I go over 3.5, it may take 1 day, it may take 2 days. I don't know. But when I get to the end of it, I'm going to say, okay, that's it. We're done. So that means either if I've got enough time in the class, I'm going to pull up the test. If I don't have enough time, when I finish 3.5, that means I'm going to pull the test up in the next class. So write that down. When I get to the end of the unit, I'm going to pull up the test. Now everybody write that down. Because after today, if you walk up to me and say, when's the test? I'm going to look at you like you're from another planet. When I get to 3.5 or the end of the unit, I'm going to pull up the test. We're going to go through the test. Write this down. After I go through the test, I just say after pre-test, okay? I consider that a pre-test, don't y'all? If I show y'all the test before y'all take it, don't y'all consider that a pre-test? After pre-test, I will assign dates, write that down, on homework and test. Now, it's very important. I want you to take a highlighter out. I want you to highlight that sentence. After the pre-test in class, I will assign the dates on the homework and test. So, after the pre-test, you know when the homework is due. And I'll give you one more sentence because I do this with all my classes. I always give y'all the next class period to send in questions on the homework. Write that down. I always give you the next class period after the pretest to turn in questions on the homework. So chances are that homework is going to be due on the class after the pretest. Does that make sense? Or midnight. Because I give you the chance after I go through class and go through the questions to go back and finish your homework. If you are a procrastinator, this is not going to work for you. and you're not going to be able to do the homework because you're going to wait until the last minute. But I don't teach to procrastinators. I teach to students that are serious, okay? So if I go over 5.1 today, you need to work on 5.1 and send in your questions, and we'll get to that in just a minute, before when? Tuesday. So that's why Tuesday and Thursday and Monday and Wednesday classes work so well. You have the whole weekend to work on whatever you went over. We'll go into that. But anyway, it works very well. So you have, if I go over class Tuesday and class Thursday, I go 5.1 and 5.2, then you have all weekend and Monday, Friday and Monday, to work on 5.1 and 5.2. Everybody with me? Okay. If I work on 5.1 on Tuesday and Thursday, then that means you work on 5.1 over the weekend. Some are short, some are long. Okay? Now, that takes care of all the dates. Let's go ahead and talk about the test now. How many days did I give you? I give you 7 days to take the test. Why 7? To cover all of your what? Nope. Starts with an E. Thank you. Y'all starting to see a pattern here. Okay? I'm covering all your excuses. By the time I get through today, you will not have any. So therefore, who is the only people that makes below a 60 in my class? The 2 disorders, LAD and DAD. Okay? I give you an hour and a half to take the test. Why do I give you an hour and a half to take the test? To take care of your excuses. I give you open and multiple choice. And I give you 10 to 15 bonus questions that come from handouts, as well as DA questions at the end of the semester from previous students. I give you 3 attempts. Why do I give you 3 attempts? To take care of any what? Excuses. The dog ate my house. Lightning struck my computer. Takes the higher of the 3 grades. So if you make a 98 on the first try, hold on. If you make a 98 on the first try, please don't text me and say, well, what if I don't take the other 2 tries? Then what will you get? A 0 and a 0. What's the highest grade of a 98, a 0, and a 0? The computer will take the 98. Yes, ma'am.
So we get 3 attempts for each test?
For each test. How many excuses does that cover? The only people that fail my class are the 2 disorders. Yes, sir.
Is there 1 attempt in class, 2 at home? How does that work?
All 3 are on your time. Homework and tests are on your time. I go over the pre-test just to show you what it looks like.
Okay.
Now, a lot of you say, golly, he shows us the pre-test, and then he gives us 3 times. There ain't no way I'm going to fail this. Yeah, there is, because each test is not what? The same. Let me tell you how I do that. Let's say I give you a test, and this is just an example. Let's say I give you a test with 10 questions, 10 math questions. Those, no coughing in class. Those 10 math questions come from hundreds of questions. The first question may pull from 15 questions. The second question may pull from 8 questions. The third one may pull from 25 questions. You with me? Then I algorithmically generate. That means the numbers, the computer changes the numbers in each one. Then I reorder each test. So what is the chance, that was the bomb detonator. What is the chance for you to get the same test as the person beside you? None. What is the chance that you get the same test that I show you in class? None. What is the chance that I give you that you get the same test for the first try than the second try? None. You got it? I'm not ignorant, people. I'm not going to give you the same exact test over and over and over. All right?
What is the probability? Is it really none?
It's pretty much none. Yeah, because MyLabs Plus is the Rolex. Because MyLabs Plus has been around. Well, it's actually not MyLabs Plus. It's called my math lab. It's made by Pearson. It's made by Course Compass. Course Compass has been around since I started using it here at this college in 2003. Okay? I started using, before it was online, I started using the disc back in 1998. That's how old it is. You're dealing with the best that you can deal with My Labs Plus. Okay? They've been doing this for years, so they've got it down to a science. Okay? So think of it like a snowflake. Your test is like one snowflake. Everybody else's test, totally different. Who's got questions about the test now? Yes, ma'am.
Will it show us what we got wrong after our first?
Immediate feedback. And it doesn't know if you're male, female, white, black, yellow, brown, whether you like this, whether you like that. It's going to tell you if you suck or if you know the material. That's one thing I love about it. Nobody has ever said to me, well, you gave me a grade because I wear my hair like this and you don't like me. Nope. The computer sees nothing. It sees whether you suck or you're good at it. Yes.
And then you can do that extra practice in between them to prove what you got.
Yes, you got 7 days. So you can go to the study plan and do the exact problem. Now, the homework may be closed. But you're very smart. I'm giving this to you. You're very smart. I feel faint because I've never had anybody come up with this. You can go through and go to the study plan and do the problems. Let's say you suck at this problem, and that comes from 5.3. Then critical thinking says, I need to go back 5.3, but my homework is closed, but study plan is always open. So I go to 5.3 study plan, and I work on those problems. Very good. Wow, I feel faint. Yes?
So you have a set time to finish the test? Like, once you start it, you have...
Yeah, you can't stop and go back, no. You have to sit there an hour and a half or however long it takes you to take the test. Okay? Any other questions about the test? And
Final exam.
final exam's done the same way, only it's 2 times. You don't get any bonus questions. It's all math. And it's all cumulative from the previous test. Did you hear that? From the previous test. The homework questions feed into the test. All I do is take homework questions and feed them into the test. Yes, sir.
Are you only going to open our homework after we go over it? Or after you go over it?
Yes. Now, I'll open up the whole unit. The only reason I'm not opening up now is because I want people to send questions as I'm starting. I'll start probably Tuesday. Now, I may open it up, if I think about it, I may open up the homework this weekend on chapters 1 and 2 because y'all are supposed to be reading that. So I'll probably open that up if I remember. If I don't, then I'll open it up Tuesday. Okay? Who else got questions? Now, you have about 3 or 4 bonus questions from what I just went over. So I hope you wrote it down because I still see some of y'all not writing this down. Okay? So here's the test. There it is. There's a math question. There's a bonus question. When are finals? Now you will notice a pattern with my bonus questions. You only have one answer. Do people miss my bonus questions? Yes. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to answer the bonus questions. Well, why are you going to do that, Hubert? Well, I do everything for a reason. So you'll know when I get through. So we're going to answer the bonus questions, and we're going to leave the math questions like they're written in a foreign language. You with me? So, of course, I got to tell you a story about this one. Did I tell you about Judgment Day in December 7th? Did I tell you all about the offended student? No. Yeah, this question, the student came up to me. No, it wasn't this question. I'll go to the next. That's the question I referred to about the offensive. So we'll go back to that one. Now, well, Hubert, we're not in July. This is last semester's test, okay? I'm going to change that. If I don't change it, you pick July, okay? Not a big deal, people. Okay, it's not supposed to clump them up, but, this is the most, there's 2 bonus questions that people miss the most. This is one of them. I want you to tell me how you miss this question. I want somebody to tell me, unless you're high, drunk, or just plain live PD, one of the three, how you miss this question.
People miss it.
What'd you say? What?
People miss it.
Yeah.
Have you ever had anyone pick Mickey Mouse though?
I don't keep up with the answers, but I can look it up. Okay, here's a DA question at the end of the semester. These are all questions that students have asked. What's my grade? And this was last semester. If you look at your overall grade one day, oh, this one is one the students said they didn't know that zeros decrease their grade. Yeah, whatever. If you look at your overall grade one day and it has decreased from several days ago, what has happened? I will take A, but the answer is C. Because whenever something don't go your way in the real world, what do? You blame it on somebody else. That's what you do. Next. What should a student do if something happens and they are out of class for a while? Funeral, high school events. This came from a student that had to go on a cruise. Yeah, she had to. So she missed the test. You know, you got 7 days. She was only on the cruise for like 4 or 5 days. She missed the test. She got a 0. Then her and helicopter mom called me at 2 weeks after grade turn-in and acted like they had no idea. And once I was on speakerphone with her and her helicopter mom, and helicopter mom says, I just don't understand. She was gone for a week. Yes, but she had 7 days to take the test. Crickets. Heard nothing. What did the student forget to tell her helicopter mom? That she had 7 days to take the test. Oh, I'm sorry. Click. So make sure you tell your helicopter parents everything before helicopter parents get embarrassed. So which one is it? Communication is key. Who in here has a job? All right, I'm going to pick on you since you told me about the Macintosh, whatever. Where do you work? Tucker's. All right, let's say you have to go on a cruise next week. And you go on a cruise and you come back to work. What's going to happen? You didn't tell them that you went on a cruise. What's going to happen? They're racist. They're just not being right, are they? You should not get fired for that, should you? Now, I'm being crazy, but why am I being facetious about that? What's the difference between her not telling her employer that she goes to a cruise and not telling her instructors? What's the difference? There's not a difference. Think of your teacher as an employer. Okay? Think of your teacher as an employer. Everybody with me? She should have told me that she was going on the cruise, but she had 7 days. She still had 2 days, even though she could not take the test early. What she should have done is told me that she was going to be on a cruise during that test, because she was up until I gave that test, she was in class. So she should have told me, I'm going to be on a cruise next week. I'm going to be on vacation. I'm going to be with the family. We're going to be out, whatever. Can I take the test early, or can you give me 3 or 4 days more? That's what she should have done. Communication. So for some of you people that are introverts, you need to get out of the closet, because you're going to have to communicate with your teacher or your employer. You can't text them. You have to talk to them. Okay? It's called communication. Next. It's not supposed to do this. It's supposed to put one right after the other. Just rush it. When does the homework terminate? Toward the end of the semester. Now, a lot of people say, why do you give these bonus questions? Well, by the time the end of the semester rolls around, how many times have you seen these bonus questions? 4 or 5 times. If you walk up to me and ask me one of these bonus questions, will someone do that? Yep. I'm going to look at you like you're from another planet. Another math question. Does Hubert replace your lowest test grade with your final exam grade? No way, no how. Deadhead, no notebook, sit over here. I told you about him. I don't know if I told you about him or not. No book, no pen, no pencil, no crayons. Just walks in with this dead-ass stare on his face, okay? And just looks out the freaking window the whole period, okay? Makes a D in the course. Is everybody paying attention here and not looking out the window? All right? Makes a D in the course, calls me 2 weeks after the grade turn-in and says, I thought you were going to place the lowest grade with my final exam. I hung up. Because he told me who he was, first of all. So at that point, the wall went up. You're going to call me 2 weeks after grade turn-in, and you sat in my class all semester, looked out the freaking window, and didn't write down a single word, and you're going to call me and ask for some kind of retribution because you made a D in the class? No. So, and he answered this question. I look back at his test, and he answered this question 4 times. Now, do I know that these students are trying to get over on me after this? Yeah, they're trying to pull the high school stuff. Alert, this is not what? It's high school. This is not high school. And I give you all the extra points. I give you several times to take the test. There is no excuses. You go to my department head with your helicopter parent and you tell that teacher, when you tell my department head that you were not able to take a test in my class, you know what she's going to do? She's going to make a facial expression. Why? Because I am one of the most lax or easygoing teachers there are in the math department. If you go to my department head and say I wasn't able to take the test, she's going to pretty much say I don't believe that. So I'm just telling you. Next, please don't let me catch you texting while I'm going over this. I'm already getting a little bit pissed, okay? That's all I'm going to say. If you miss a question on a test and you believe it is correct, what should you do? What do you do? This is what y'all do. C, send several emails to Hubert with the last one saying, hello. Why don't I reply to students that send me emails? What's the one reason that I don't reply to you? Because I've already went over the material. So from here on out, what do you do when you have a question about any test question? What do you think? B is in Bravo, yes. You don't call my office 5 or 6 times because I'm not calling you back. You see me after class. Math question. The only thing with United States in front of it. That's a dead giveaway. Please don't put Army. Next. That's another. Okay, here it is. This is it. Why do you think I had 2 students get offended? Actually, 3 or 4. They said the same thing. Why do you think they got offended? 2 different reasons. That's one. Judgment Day. All right, somebody tell me why they got mad at Judgment Day. They said it was sacrilegious. It's the name of a movie. What's the movie? Huh?
Terminator 2.
Terminator 2. Thank you. And the earth blew up, the bomb. Doesn't have anything to do with, it's called Revelation. It's not called Judgment Day. It's called Revelation. Okay? But anyway, we won't go over that. We're not going to pass the plate or anything. But that's why. And she said she was offended because I was being sacrilegious. I was referring to a movie. The second person said she had a cousin's aunt's brother-in-law's sister's cousin's aunt, maybe brother-in-law, something, that died in the stairwell at, blah, blah, blah. I said, ma'am, I put that up there because I don't want people to ever forget 9/11. Okay, she's coming up to a veteran and telling me this. Okay, what do you know what I asked her? I said, what do you feel about December 7th, 1941? Do you know what her exact words to me were? What is that? So before you take a snowflake, before you take them seriously, make sure they know their stuff before they come up to you and, say you're offended. Okay? I put those 2 dates on there not to make fun of them, but so people won't what? Forget them. Some people. Anyway, that's Tuesday. We're not even going to talk about the one that, I might have told y'all that I'm the black sheep between me and my sister. I had somebody tell me that they were offended because I used the word black. I guess you can't. This was several years ago. I think people have lost their daggum minds. What does Hubert not entertain at the end of the semester? Which one is it? Why do I not give you points at the end of the semester to make you have an A or a B or a C? Why? B. Because I give you bonus questions on each test. I give you 3 times to take each test, 2 times to take the final, and I give you the highest what? Grade. So technically, to take 4 tests, you get 12 tries. You with me? So if you write me a text, which somebody will, asking me for bonus points, I will not reply. Math. If you take several forms of a test in Hubert's class, I take the what? And that includes the final. Although covered in his handouts, what's the best way to communicate? Cell phone. Now, I know some of y'all are paranoid and think that everybody wants your cell phone number. I could care less, okay? I don't care if you email me or everything. Do you think me being a techno geek like I am, do you think I go in and check my email on my computer in my office? No, everything goes to my phone. Therefore, that's the best way to contact me. That's what I mean by the question, okay? I don't mean I'm trying to get y'all's phone numbers so I can drunk voicemail y'all or whatever. I mean, I'm not... Some of y'all need to get a grip, okay? You're not the center of the universe, okay? There's another math question. Another math question. Another math question. It's not supposed to clump them up like that. Maybe it's just because I'm viewing it. I'm not actually taking it. That's why. Math question. If you have incomplete assignments and Hubert puts a 0 in for the grade, what will that 0 do to your grade? Make it better. This came from a student. Of course, she was trying to get over. I didn't know that 0s make the grade go down. Well, you do now. Bye. Y'all ever seen one of the greatest movies ever, Tombstone? Y'all's parents really suck, okay? Y'all need to watch Tombstone, one of the greatest movies ever. And the brothers get shot up and killed, and he walks up to Curly Bell, and he says, well, I want you to know it's over. And Curly Bell says one of the most famous, well, bye. I don't care. All right? So, you can tell me any excuse you want at the end of the semester. I'm going to say, okay, bye. Because I have given you every avenue to be what? Successful in this class. You see what I'm saying? Now, please don't think, I know some of y'all think he's a bastard. No, I'm not. Okay? We're going to have fun in here after these 2 days. Okay? But I want to go ahead and get rid of what? I want to go ahead and get rid of the people, try to get rid of the people that's going to be acting like this is high school. It's not. Capiche? So which one is it? Oh, this one is. I'm sorry. This is the one that texts me and say, "What's my grade? I want to know what my grade is." Well, you go to Gradebook and you hit what? Now they've defaulted it because I guess there's so many DAs that don't know how to hit, now they've defaulted your Gradebook. When you hit Gradebook, it automatically goes to the overall grade now. God, I wonder why. The second most missed bonus question. Why is it the second most missed? Because people pick 30, 30, 30. Why is 30, 30, 30 never going to be the answer to this question? If a student does not complete a homework assignment or test, what grade will be recorded? And 26 is a math question. So let's submit, and let's say that we have no clue what's going on in this class. Let's see what I can make on the test. I made a 58. Now, of course, that's not going to happen every single time. You may have only 5 bonus questions, or you may have only 10 bonus questions, or you may get all 15. It all depends on how it rolls. It's like the rolling of the dice. Do you know now why I said if you ever meet somebody that makes below a 50 in my class, move away from them very slowly? Who fails my classes? DAD and LADs. So when you walk up to my department head, Hubert was just unbelievably unfair and I didn't get to take 2 tests. She's probably going to laugh you out of her office. Okay, that's the test. Who's got questions?
Are there only 26 questions on each test?
I may change it. It depends on how I feel the day I do the test. I may put 4 more on there and make it 30. I may drop it and make it 20. But there's no set amount of how many bonus questions you get to math questions. Who asked that? Somebody asked that question. Who asked it? Okay, did I just imagine that? Did somebody just speak and disappear? Okay, well, I hope I answered your question. I don't know where it came from. So whoever, I hope it answered your question. All right, who else got a question about the test? Okay, now the homework. Now, the homework is very simple, but I want to show you why this is important. Now, leave it for last. Okay, Gradebook is right there. Make sure you, main menu. Here's the Gradebook. I think y'all know what Gradebook does. There, I've got an 81 in the class. I don't know how. I got an 81 by making a sorry. So I looked under Show Calculation. There. Oh, I took one of the tests. I guess I don't know why this. I was taking the highest grade. I must have done this test in the past. I don't know. But anyway, I made a 92 on it. Not the one I just took, but evidently I've taken this test in the past in front of another class. But see it, homework. I really suck at homework. I only did 3 assignments out of 3 questions out of 22, or 3 assignments out of 22 assignments. So my grade for homework is really going to what? Suck. I only got 8 points for homework when I should have got 20. And then you add those 2 together and you get your final grade, which is in that circle that says overall grade. Or if you hide overall grade, you can hide it. But what's in that circle right there is your grade. All right? So that's the grade book. Homework. I'm going to go to chapter 3 because that's, and I bet it's not going to let me go in it. Nope. So I'll go to study plan because it's the same thing. I hadn't opened it. Hold on a second. Chapter contents, chapter 3, 3.5, study plan. So this is what your homework looks like. I want you to focus on this button right here. Now I want you to write question help in your notebook as a title. And we're going to go through and I'm going to tell you what each one of these does, do, whatever, so you will know which one you like to hit. Okay? Question. Help me solve this. Write that down. Help me solve this as a guided tutorial. Write down guided tutorial in quotation marks. And the reason I tell people this is a lot of teachers don't even tell students about this. They even cut it off. Okay, I don't understand that. Because the whole purpose of you taking this class is to what? Learn. Okay, so I don't know why they cut this off, but anyway, this button, these things over here are to help you get over a hump in homework at home. That's what they're for. Does everybody understand that? The Help Me Solve This is a guided tutorial. If you ever had a tutor or somebody explain to you a math problem and they ask you 15 questions while you're doing the math problem, this is X. What is X? X is a variable. Okay? How do we get rid of the number beside the variable if we're multiplying? Then you divide. Okay? I want to divide by 4 on both sides. You ever had somebody tutor you like that? That's called a guided tutorial. They ask you 15 questions during the steps. Who would use Help Me Solve This? Somebody that has never seen the material. Write that down. I see a lot of people use Help Me Solve This in calculus. Why? Because they've never had calculus before. A lot of people don't use that in here because most of y'all, how many of you have had probability and statistics in high school? See? So I'm not worried about y'all using that. But that's what it's used for people that have never seen the material. View an example. That's for most of y'all. That is to knock the cobwebs loose. Show me how to do it. Boom, 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 boom. Step by step. No questions. Just this, do this, do this, do this, do this. That's for people that are reviewing or don't remember. Okay? That's the one that is most used. Video. That's self-explanatory. What do you think video is? It's a video by the publisher. And it shows you, and this is real neat, because it'll show you how to do it by hand, by StatCrunch, which is like Excel, except it's made by another company, and how to do it on the calculator. So I like that. That's a good thing. But I'm just gonna go in and show you right quick by hand. There we go. The sound Nazis have, evidently turned off the sound. I don't. There we go. Is it already all the way up? Yep. So that's pretty self-explanatory. What else do you have under here, Hubert? Well, there's also a graphic tutorial. Graphic tutorial is a graphic video. In other words, instead of having a human, it's the computer doing a PowerPoint kind of presentation with graphics sliding in, that kind of thing. Same thing as a video, only it's done by the computer. It's graphically done. Okay? And textbook, that is for the reader. That's for you people that read War and Peace in like 2 days. Okay? Y'all go directly to the book and it'll show you how to do it in the book. Now, why do I show you this? Because of this button right here. And you can print out the whole assignment and do it old school if you want to, paper and pencil, and then go back and type in the answers. But that's a double-edged sword. Don't do both. If you print out this homework assignment right now, don't go back into it until you type in the answers. Don't go play around. Why? Because it algorithmically generates. So if you go through and print out and it says 2x is equal to 4, and you do that problem, x is equal to 2, and then you go play around with that same problem, it's going to change the numbers. You see what I'm saying? So if you print out the assignment and do it old school, don't go back into the homework for that section until you're ready to type in the answers. You see what I'm saying? Ask my instructor. Let's say that you've watched my video on 5.1. You've gone through 5.1 and you've done all the questions except for 2. On those 2 questions, you've gone through and you've done all of these resources and you still don't understand number 2. Then you hit Ask My Instructor. It's just like office hours. Hit Ask My Instructor. You go here and say, if you did your, and I'm spelling that intentionally, misspelling it. If you did your job, I wouldn't have to email you. Now, why am I doing this? I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just showing you that it's real time. Send, and you don't even have to do that. Some of you lazy people that can't type a few words, you can just send it, okay? And watch what happens. The next day in class, I go to my handy-dandy email. Oh, come on. T-Rex Community College. You know why this is? Because nobody uses their email for their class. I'm the only one. So I'm in the minority. So if I go to IT and say, why don't y'all fix the login to where it'll stay open the whole class? They're like, yeah, whatever. But in 2050, when Tri-County Tech gets up with the program, everybody will be doing it, so it'll get done. So that's why I have to deal with these things. Just give me a second. And let me see these little folders over here. I do fix them after the semester starts. I fix them to where the emails will automatically go into the folders. You with me? So it may be in there, it may not be. I don't know. I haven't fixed it yet. There it is. Look there. And look, see how fast it went to my email account? Because I just wrote that because I misspelled it intentionally. Okay? Now, the next day in class, I will click on this and it'll take me directly to your question. And we'll do it in class. This takes the place of you having to raise your hand in class and ask me a question. Do people use this? Yes. And you know what the good thing about it is? If you send 5.1 number 5, chances are there's going to be 2 or 3 others with number 5 being sent. And you'll see a pattern. You'll start to see the same questions pop up. Basically, if you send a question, don't be scared to send it, because guess what? If you send in that question, guess what? Somebody else in the class is sending it too. So don't do this, oh, I figured it out. I'm still going to pull it up, because I guarantee you there's going to be several other number 5s, or several other number 21s, or several other number 3s. They're going to be on there. Squeaky door gets what? Golly, your parents did good. Some of y'all going, Squeaky door gets the grease. Who dictates how fast this class goes?
We do.
The students do. What a concept. Why? How can I do that? Because I don't do all this busy work these other teachers do that take up 12 days of teaching time. That's why I don't have office hours. I do have office hours. I have to put them on my locator card. But does anybody come to my office hours? No. Because I answer questions where? In class, where they're supposed to be answered. And some of you are going to be going, some of you are saying, well, there's nothing special about that. Wait till you get into some other college courses. How many of you have been in college courses before? How well do some college teachers take questions? Say again, I can't hear you. They don't. I know some math teachers that won't even let you ask questions in class. You have to see them out of class. So it's not as you think, okay? I just think that my philosophy, I'm in the minority in academia. I think that students take a class because they don't know the material. Okay? Because y'all could have taken an exemption exam for this class, but you didn't. So that means that you're taking it because you couldn't pass the exemption exam or you didn't think you could. Okay? So the whole point is, I teach students as I'm thinking they don't know the material. Okay? So that's why if you wrote this book, if your name is on this book, you stay at home. Because I'm not teaching you. Because nobody can teach you because you already what? You already know everything. So I want you to stay at home and create a cure for cancer. And you can Skype in or you can watch the videos, but don't come into my classroom. Because I teach the student that wants to be taught, that wants to learn, that doesn't know the material like you think you do. Okay? Who's got questions about the homework?
Are there multiple attempts on the homework?
You get 3 tries on each question. No, you don't. You get ultimate tries. I've reset that. Some teachers only give you 2 tries, and then it takes off if you. Okay, you can take that same. You hit similar question. It'll give you the same question. When you get it right, it'll mark that X. It'll mark it right. So, what should everybody turn in on their homework? Do they? I've had 27s on homework. Deadhead sat over there. He had a 2 on homework. Anybody got questions about homework? Did we make fun of teachers the other day? All right, let's do some more. I'm gonna do 2 or 3 just so y'all can check them out. So some of y'all might want to see how your professors are. I gotta turn the recorder off.